Capricorns, this is your compatibility reading for when a Capricorn meets a Sagittarius. So this could be either a potential relationship or a relationship you're currently in. Keep in mind, I am concentrating on the sun sign, focusing on the sun sign, so factor in other signs in their chart. There's no timeline on these. I will upload them and they will stay up for eternity. When you view it is when you're meant to see it, I always say. I'm doing them in the order of most requested videos by sign. Capricorns, you came in about 5 or so. Make sure you check playlists for other signs frequently and or subscribe, since we go through a lot of relationships. First portion, I'll be laying out the main cards and going over those rather quickly. And then the second portion of this video, I will go into it a little bit deeper with clarifiers, or in addition to clarifiers. Just click on the link below to get to that video and it'll take you where you need to go. Also keep in mind, if you need a personalized compatibility reading, just shoot me an email. My email is below with my info, or any reading for that matter. I can pretty much do anything on anything you want, okay? So Holy Spirit, angels, divine guides, the universe, can you please provide your truth, your wisdom, your clarity, your insight for a relationship between a Capricorn and a Sagittarius? Can you please show us what Capricorn's position would be in this relationship, Sagittarius's position would be in this relationship, what would lie between them, whether it be for better or worse, and how would you see the Capricorn and the Sagittarius moving forward? Please grant me the objectivity to read these cards as they're intended to be read, and say your messages as you intend to be said for a relationship or potential relationship between a Capricorn and a Sagittarius. Now, I did want to mention for you Capricorns, this relationship rates as unfavorable, so you guys are actually at the bottom of the heap, and the reason why is Sagittarius might be a little too social, a little too extroverted for you, and a little too optimistic, okay, whereas you guys are a little more, let's just say realist, a little more grounded, all right? One more shuffle. See what's going on. So Holy Spirit, angels, can you please show me Capricorn's position or stance in this relationship? We have the Strength card in the upright. Can you please show me Sagittarius's position or stance in this relationship? The 9 of Cups in reverse. I'm already seeing like a little bit of a power struggle here. Can you see what lies between them, whether it be for better or worse? I'm actually seeing the power struggle between the Earth signs and the fire, Capricorn and the fire signs in this series. Okay, and they're pushing out. You guys will move forward with the King of Cups. All right, but it looks like you guys actually might kind of work this crap out. And we won't know until I pull clarifiers, but I'll just tell you what I'm seeing in general right now. So we have the Strength card here in the upright. Okay, so you guys, and this has associations with Leo, okay? So some of you might have that in your chart, or your Sagittarius mate or potential mate might have that in their chart. But I automatically get from this that the lion here is the beast. And look how she is taming him to do her bidding. So Capricorns, I feel like the Sagittariuses, sometimes they can be a little bit of a loose cannon. They can kind of be a little all over the place. And you have a way of kind of like handling them with grace. Getting them to do your bidding, getting them to be on your side, and it's a strength. With the Strength card, a lot of times it's, you know, taking control and having confidence, but doing it through love for oneself and love for the other person. And what I kind of get with the Strength card is, when you're dealing with another person, so let's say you're dealing with the Sagittarius, you're actually getting them to do what you want without them actually knowing that you're doing it. You're so graceful about it that it's almost like you make it seem like they thought of it themselves, okay? So that's what I kind of feel like. You kind of embody that sort of spirit when you deal with them, all right? Over here, we have the 9 of Cups for them reversed. Okay, so your Sagittarius might be a little too selfish, may have narcissistic tendencies, may have unrealistic expectations of you, maybe have a little bit of an ego, okay? That's what's kind of going on their side. And again, it might just be that situation where they kind of feel like they're running the show, and you're over here kind of like, yeah, you think you're running the show, but behind the scenes, you know, you don't know who's really running the show. And I think it's that kind of underlying sort of vibe between you guys. Now, I will say that but you guys are aware of each other in general, your traits. And I do, like I said, there's a little bit of a power struggle. I don't want to say necessarily struggle. I don't think you guys are like all out fighting, but there's a little tug of war that goes on between you guys from time to time. What lies between you is the Devil card in reverse. This is your card, Capricorn. But this card, I do think that you guys have times when you realize that this is not a good situation, okay? For instance, I think sometimes your Sagittarius will do things that comes from a very selfish, dark place. And, you know, you end up suffering from that. And I think sometimes you can come from a very stubborn place. And the two of you kind of knock heads, and then like the toxicity comes out. I do feel like your relationship can go to a dark place sometimes, but I feel like you guys have a way that you get out of it. I feel like you stop yourselves. I feel like you recognize sort of what's going on and say, hey, let's stop this. We don't need to do this. There's a way out. There's a better way to do this. Here's the way out. Here's where we can stop being like this. Here's where we can stop this power struggle or power tugging that we have. The way out of it is this, I feel like. So I do feel like you guys realize that you can get in a dark place, but you know how to get out of it and you want to recover from it, and you don't want to continue a similar cycle of this. You don't want to, drag each other down, I feel like. And I feel like you guys do work it out, because here we have the King of Cups. And I don't think this is either you or the Sagittarius. I feel like it's you guys kind of getting everything together and saying, you know what, we can make this work if we stay in control of our emotions. We don't let things get out of place. If we have a maturity when it comes to our emotions, and we realize that we deeply do care about each other, and not let the surface stuff kind of undermine what we have underneath, which is an empathy for one another, which is a respect for each other as ideal partners. So I think with the King of Cups here, you guys actually move forward and you learn to mediate through your problems, which is really good. So I feel like even though this is unfavorable, for the percentage of you that this resonates to, you do actually end up coming out of it and working it out. And I think that's really good. Either the problems that you currently have, or a reconciliation and then working things out. But I am kind of feeling that with this union, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and continue this in Vimeo. Just click on the link below. It'll take you where you need to go. And then we'll get into this a little deeper with clarifiers and whatnot, okay? Just keep in mind, I do personalized compatibility readings. Send me an email. I do all kinds of readings of any walks of life. Whatever you need, I can pretty much do it. So shoot me an email. We can go ahead and set that up. Otherwise, best of luck to my Capricorns with their Sagittarius mates or future mates. Adios from Veronica Garnett. Bye.